Okay, so so a quick intro for this one then. My idea is that I want to use the great drone technology that we have access to visit some old industrial, residential, or historic sites here in Ireland, and sort of tell a bit of the backstory about them, learn a bit about them, and just allow people to, I suppose, learn a bit about what they were, what they once were, and perhaps learn things that they never knew. Both people from here and people that are interested in Ireland and Irish history in general. So that's kind of the idea. Let's see where it goes. If you do have any access to sites that you're interested in talking about yourself or creating some of these really cool visual stories with, then do get in touch, have a chat with me, and maybe we'll be able to help you out with this little project. So we're going to start off with one today, which is very close to home. And it feels like a really a good place to start here and to see what people's interest in this type of thing is. And that is an old family farm building, somewhere that I spent a lot of time when I was growing up and has a lot of history within my family and personally. But it's not been occupied for quite some time. And yeah, going to recollect a little bit, look at a few areas where we used to congregate and so on. So let's get up in there and check it out. Okay, so here we are going up the driveway. I remember as a kid, this used to seem like the longest driveway in the world. So we're approaching the front of the house here into the walled garden. As you can see, not what it used to be. Pretty much nature has taken over here. This used to be quite a well manicured garden with a little path running down the middle. And actually looking here, there used to be a little outhouse, and that tree that you see had a swing on it that we used to play on. As kids, we used to keep each other going that someone lived in it just to scare each other when the sun was setting in the evening. As you can see, the house hasn't been occupied, as I said, since sort of the turn of the millennium or so. Still standing, but starting to really show signs of real wear and tear. Those PVC windows are the newest feature of the house. The most modern thing in it, the ivy, is winning the battle on the facade of it here. That was in the living room. We used to sit in there in front of the fire in the colder months and look out the window at the wonderful view, which you'll see shortly. So, as you can see, the vegetation is winning the battle here, and the edge of the roof is starting to sort of cave in there, and the gutter and soffit and so on is collapsed. As we just showed the zoom on the drone, looking right down to the detail of a small rusty nail in the wood. Those roof tiles are hanging on by the skin of their teeth. So we take a little panorama across, and then a trip up to the chimney pot, which, as you can see, is still intact, just about. Plasterwork starting to grade there, showing the brickwork underneath, and the little clay tops on there actually looking quite good. They're certainly holding their own as they're exposed to extreme weather up at this elevation here. A few hairline cracks starting to show. So we move out into the back garden area, and As you can see, the old barn that once was, that was there for the cattle and the hay bales. We spent many of a summer's day playing in there among the hay bales, watching the field mice run out in amongst us, and it was all good fun. But the storms of the last year or so that were quite severe here has really taken this down to the ground, unfortunately. But yeah, I can still remember the smell of those cows quite vividly when looking at this and thinking about what it was like. So nature has certainly won this one. Coming to the back of the house then, this is looking into the front room area, and then to the side where there was a little feed shed where the family would have held some food for some of the farm animals that they would have had up around there, sheep, pigs, and so on. Going back to the roof on this side then, unfortunately the weather has penetrated through the roof on this side, and the tiles and the substructure has been destroyed to the point where the weather is getting in there, so that's only going to go one way, unfortunately, at this stage. As we zoom back out and take a look around at the quite awesome views that you get up here. Not really the greatest day that we got, but it is overcast here, although it was absolutely dead still, which I can't remember too many of those when I was a child up at this farmhouse. Here's a little walk over the top to look at that view again. So this looks straight down towards the Mourne Mountains. That was pretty nostalgic for me to look at this building with its history and the memories attached to it from this perspective, from the drone, looking over the rolling hills of County Down. This was a little test case for our new drone, and hopefully you'll join us as we visit more sites into the very near future, so keep an eye out on the channel and we'll see you soon.